In short, given our concerns around both the innate valuation of Bitcoin and of the operating practices of many exchanges, we feel that the industry is on the brink of an implosion. What's up, everybody? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, October 9th, 2018. It's just things like that. They just frustrate me a little bit. And we're going to look at that article, and we're going to look at a bullish article, and we're going to talk about this fight, the bulls versus the bears. And I'm curious what side you're on. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the channel. But for now, let's jump into this video. The first article on Bloomberg. Crypto industry on brink of an implosion, researcher says. And for underlying context, I went to look at this researcher and how many research studies they've done on Bitcoin and crypto. And as of now, I couldn't find a lot. I have to do more digging. One thing I did find though, is that they posted this, basically, I think this was in September of last year. Juniper study reveals IBM blockchain tech as most reliable. So according to this researcher, Juniper Research, they're most keen on IBM blockchain. So that's some good context for you as we go into this. Echoing sentiments of mainstream economists, Juniper Research is warning that many of the metrics in the cryptocurrency world are pointing to a market implosion. The market as a whole has contracted quickly. In the first quarter, cryptocurrency transactions totaled just over 1.4 trillion, compared with less than 1.7 trillion for 2017 as a whole, Juniper said. However, by the second quarter, transaction values had plummeted by 75%, with total market capitalization falling to just under $355 billion. When I see things like this, especially coming from, traditional researchers like this, I can't help but wonder if they've lived through an experience and are even thinking about the cryptocurrency space as a whole throughout the years since its birth. The volatility. These 75% pullbacks are really part of the story since Bitcoin came into existence. So when I see things like this, it's just, for me, it's just garbage, and it goes out the window in my book. But then it ends with, in short, given our concerns around both the innate valuation of Bitcoin, we feel that the industry is on the brink of an implosion. And like I said, the study last year in September 2017, Juniper study reveals IBM blockchain tech as most reliable. I'd have to wholeheartedly disagree with that statement alone. I'm not going to go through that article, but you can go over to their website, Juniper Research, and you can read more about this study that they did on Bitcoin. Namely, their first question they analyzed: how has cryptocurrency sector evolved over the past 12 months? Why have Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies fallen sharply from their 2017 peaks? I mean, even amateurs getting into this space, just doing a little due diligence, understand and realize why cryptocurrencies have fallen sharply. That's because that's what cryptocurrencies do in this parabolic move, this parabolic trend of adoption. It consolidates pretty rapidly and pretty severely. So it's no surprise there. There's really not much more underlying reason for it other than it's a volatile market, and by now most people are used to it. Then we have the flip side. We have the flip side coming from Cointelegraph.com and CNBC. CNBC, Ran Nooner says Bitcoin is about to explode, points to pending ETF decision. And you can see he's claimed that the price of Bitcoin is about to explode in a recent tweet on October 7th. He said, "I just bought Bitcoin for my parents. It's too obvious that it's about to explode." I mean, that's like a really pumpy type of tweet, but he tweeted it. Explaining his optimistic prediction, the crypto analyst pointed to the fact that the leading cryptocurrencies rally last year from 6,691 to $20,000 was, according to him, on the back of the expectation and launch of a cash settlement BTC futures contract. Pointing at Bitcoin's futures, Nooner made a parallel with the SEC's much anticipated decision on the first Bitcoin ETFs to be approved by the regulator. The analyst claimed that a Bitcoin ETF is a way bigger deal than a cash settlement Bitcoin futures contract, since it requires actual purchase of BTC. I pretty much agree with that general sentiment. While the SEC have recently scheduled their deadline of November 5th for reviewing 9 Bitcoin ETF applications from 3 different applicants. The actual effects of an approval Bitcoin ETF's launch on crypto markets is up for debate. So the actual effects of the approval is up for debate. This is something that I see back and forth. It's really tough. I've personally been back and forth on it as well. Sometimes I kind of think, man, I really could see it moving the markets, similar to how he was just explaining how the BTC futures contract of last year, the cash settlement contracts, kind of launched that. Like sometimes I can see that happening again in terms of these ETFs. But, you know, there's been so much talk of these ETFs, and I've seen Bitcoin move, and the way it's been moving, I don't think it's been so much moving based on ETF news, ETF denials. It really hasn't been anything volatile based around that whole storyline going on with the ETF. So it really is, like they said, it's up for debate. I've personally been back and forth on it. I don't know. Listen, nobody knows. But I did say in a live stream the other day, I think if Bitcoin has some type of crazy parabolic bullish move, I would not be surprised at all if it really does stem from some type of news, some type of big news finally, because we've seen good news as of lately really hasn't done much for Bitcoin. But I think when it happens, if it happens, it's going to be pretty powerful. And I also agree with this tweet that he just bought some Bitcoin because it's too obvious that it's about to explode. I don't know if explode short term is the right thing to say, but I think long term, I think it's a good idea. But that's not financial advice. That's just completely 100% my opinion. But I'm really curious, what side of the fence are you on? Are you a Bitcoin bull or are you a Bitcoin bear waiting for implosion like Juniper Research? I know I'm a bull. I'm long on Bitcoin, and I think that research study is pretty ridiculous. I think it's kind of baseless, and it attempts to answer questions with the absolute wrong approach. So let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you coming by today. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. I will see you in the next video, and God bless.